In this video, I'm going to take you through a range of exercises which are chair-based that you can do at work. Now obviously some are going to work for you in your chair that you've got, and some might not. So this is not necessarily one that you would follow along with at work, but you can just take some of the ideas and then you can do them when you've got time to have a little bit of a move around. Okay, so we're going to start by just getting our neck moving a little bit. So the aim of all these exercises are to try and counteract this posture whilst we're sat at a desk. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is just feel for your sternum. You're going to lift up through your sternum, squeeze your shoulder blades very slightly and just bring your chin in towards your neck a little bit, just to bring yourself into that neutral position. Okay, so it can be nice to do some very gentle neck mobility work, keeping your shoulder blades back and down from your ears so you get a little bit of a stretch through the side of your neck. And we're just going to circle around from one ear to the other. And then bring your head up to neutral and we're going to rotate. So I'm bringing my chin to my shoulder and then I'm just going to rotate from side to side. Again, making sure that your shoulder doesn't come up towards your ear, especially if you have got very tight upper traps. So from here we're going to just do a very small neck engagement exercise. So we're going to bring your chin and tuck it in towards your neck and we're just going to hold and squeeze it here. So try not to let your head come back, keep your head in a nice straight line and we're just going to give yourself a double chin basically, just tuck that chin in. And this just helps lengthen the muscles on the back of the neck, but it also helps to engage the muscles here that have been really overstretched from being in this position. And relax, give it a little shake out. Now we're just going to repeat that again, so just tucking your chin in. I'm just going to go for around about 10 to 15 second hold. Okay, we don't want it to really ache or anything, we just want to try and encourage ourselves back into this neutral position. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a little bit more of an in-depth stretch on the side of the neck. So we're going to bring ourselves into a side bend position, okay, and whichever side I'm stretching, I'm going to bring that arm and I'm just going to hook my fingers round the bottom of the chair. So what that does is it just encourages my shoulder to come down even further, giving me a deeper stretch in that neck. Alright, and then once you're here, you're going to just turn your nose down towards the floor very gently, maintaining that stretch, and then you're going to look up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to repeat that movement. So you should start to feel it stretching, not only on the side of your neck, but around the front and a little bit on the back as well. Come back to neutral, we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side, so I'm going to bring my hand underneath, slightly side bending the head, just very gentle pressure on this head, on my head that's my hand is pressing onto, and then we're just going to rotate again side to side, so down towards the armpit, up to the ceiling, maintaining the side bend position the whole time. More rotations. And then come up. Okay, so this next thing we're going to do is a pec stretch. So we're going to open out the chest. How far you need to go into this is really going to depend on how flexible you are. So you're just going to hold the back of your chair. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit higher because I know I've got that flexibility. So it really does depend on how flexible you are as to how high you'll go. I'm then going to just drop my bum forward, just so I'm on the edge of the chair. Then from here, I'm going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest up, and then pushing my chest forward. So I'm getting a stretch all across here. Okay, and you just go to where you need to go to feel that. But actively squeezing your shoulder blades together and really pushing your chest forward is just going to help counteract the position you've been in, potentially for a few hours. And you can just rock side to side, just to get a little bit more movement, and a little bit of a deeper stretch on both sides. give yourself a little bit of a circle backwards in the shoulders, and you're just going to bring yourself into a neutral position. So the next thing I'm going to do is a side twist, okay? Now you may find that you can stay in your neutral position and twist your body round. However, to make it a little bit easier, you can just move your knees off to the side, and then you can hold the back of your chair. And then from here, you can start to bring yourself into that side, to that twisting position. So we're just rotating the back, keeping the head up, keeping the shoulder blades back and down, really trying to open out the chest and just get a little bit of movement through the lower back as well. And just holding it here for a little bit. From here, I'm going to bring up the arm that's the opposite side from where I'm twisted from. I'm going to untwist myself slightly and just let my arm push against the back of the chair. Again, we're just doing another chest stretch. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit active, so I'm going to very slightly push my arm into the chair, and that just creates a bit of a deeper stretch. If you have a higher chair, you can put your hand higher as well. That's absolutely fine. It's just about doing what you can physically do at your desk and using the equipment that you've got. Okay, gently coming out of that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side now. So I'm going to just first start with the spinal rotation. Just getting some movement through the spine, and especially into that lower back as well. Just keep breathing, keeping lifted up through your head, so that you're nice and tall. And then we're going to press the arm into the back of the chair, undo yourself a little bit, and then we're going to just very slightly push this hand in towards the chair. So getting a bit of active kind of engagement from that pec, but it's just very gentle to increase the stretch. Gently come out. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to just roll forward and hug the knees, and then from here we're going to lift, so as if the spine is trying to break out from your skin, so you're going to lift it up towards the ceiling, letting your head sort of relax down, getting a bit of a stretch all the way down the spine, because you've been sort of sat in one position. It's nice to just get it a little bit more moving. Keep breathing. And then we're going to come out and we're going to arch the other way now. So I'm going to tilt my tailbone forward, opening up the back, and then just pushing the chest forward, looking up just as far as you feel comfortable. And then we're just going to round out a bit more gently this time. Just going to move through those two positions. Finally, I'm going to do a bit of a hip opener. So when we're sat in this position, your hips are just really shortened all day. So you just bring yourself to the edge. So you've got kind of one leg on the chair. We're going to bring the other leg backwards, and then from here we're going to tuck the tailbone under, and then just pushing your back foot in towards the floor. You should feel it around the front of your leg. Just try not to arch forward. Keep everything tucked under. Keep the back flat. Keep the lower abs engaged. You should feel it nice and deep in the quad and in the hip flexor. Keep that foot pushing down towards the floor. A few more seconds here. And then we're going to relax out of that. And then all we're going to do here is just bring the leg back and forwards a couple of times, so a little bit more passive this time, just to open out the hip and balance yourself on the chair. Okay, and then this time we're going to repeat the movement, so going up on the toes at the back of the foot, tucking the tailbone under, and then pushing your foot down towards the floor. shuffling yourself out. We're going to do exactly the same now on the other side. So shuffle yourself over, bringing that foot back, tuck the tailbone under, and then pushing that back foot in towards the floor. If you feel like you need a bit more, you can just bring that leg further back. Just go to where you feel that you're getting a stretch on the front of your leg. Hands out, hands back, that's number 2. We're just going to do a couple of movements, so bring it up, back, just to open out that back hip flexor. And this next one, you're going to hold it back, tuck the tailbone under and push that foot into the floor. So there are just some ideas of things that you can do whilst you're at work. Even if you're at home, you can sort of just integrate some of these movements, anything that helps or works with your chair. Okay, it's just really important that throughout the day, every 30 minutes, you try and move around a little bit. If you're not able to get up, at least there are things that you can do even whilst maybe you're chatting to someone on Zoom, as long as they can't see what you're doing so much, that's fine. Okay, but it's just really important that you keep yourself moving. So that's it for today. Well done, everyone.